as you can see, I'll set up my machine. I finally got this one back, my brother, from the doctor today. So we're going to make just 4 little words called knit, because I'm making that case to go with my knitting case. So I'm just going to put knit across there in orange, and then we'll go through what I'm actually making and all the sizes. So if we just turn this on. I'm just going to stop it so I can clip this cotton. There you go. Then we'll start it again. There you go. So we'll just take it off, if I can remember how. Oh, that's it. And then there you go. That's it there. And then I'll just have to just cut the connecting lines. This is a polyester. And there you go, there's the back side of it. And it's tearaway stabiliser. So anyway, I'll come back to you. Right, so we're going to make a case. That's why I did this, because I've got, it's called a knit case. It's basically just anything I need to do with knitting or for a little crochet up. So I've called it knit, because basically what happens is this will fold over to the halfway that way, and this will fold over that way. So basically there's 1/4 inch seam on it all. That will come to the middle and that will come to the middle. Hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do. And this is the lining piece. This is the outer piece. So hopefully we'll be able to get that to look like that when it's finished. And it's going to have a zip in the middle. So what my sizes are: 1 for the outer, 1 for the inner, and I've made mine 14 inches by 10. Then you're going to need the loop strap, which I've made, and if I measure that, I've done 5 inches by 4, which then you iron in half and press, and then iron each outside to the centre, press, and turn it over, press, and then obviously sew down either side. So that's one outer, a lining piece, and I happen to be doing mine the actual same pattern, same material, but you could change to different fabric for your lining. My loop's going to be the same fabric. Then you need to interface them both. So I've interfaced both of mine already. Iron on interfacing, it's just lightweight. My zipper is too big, but obviously whichever width you decide to do yours, you choose your zip to be that colour, and that size to match. It doesn't matter if it goes over. This is an 18-inch and I only want 14, because then it just chops off at the sides, which is done. And then you need some bias binding. Bias binding will come in. You'll understand that when I show you. Right then, so I've now reset my machine. There you go. This is my brother. This is what I've just been embroidering on. It does both. It's a sewing machine and a embroidery machine. I'm going to test it out today on this because I just fetched it back from a man that's took me a long time to find, because they're very few and far between now. It's people that look after your machines for you when you can't do it yourself. I usually do it myself, as I say, maintain them, but unfortunately there was something wrong with it. So it's just embroidered lovely, so hopefully it'll be absolutely fine. But the first thing we're going to do is just do the loop on both sides. Whoop. But, right. The moment starts for the moment. Too long. Right. That's another go. Supposed to do it automatically, so I think he's messed about with the controls. So later on I need to get the book. Mind you, it's in the needle down position, so it's probably because this is the only one I've got with the needle down. Anyway, that's your first thing you do. Get your loop out of the way and put it to one side until you're ready for it. So that's the loop that you need. So that goes there, out of the way. Right, first of all, take the lining piece. Obviously this is my outer piece and this is my lining piece, and I want mine to eventually fold together like that with a zip in the middle. So I want it, so obviously now is the point, is the time where we put our zipper on. So you put your zip evenly across. At this moment in time you haven't got to worry about the end. Don't worry about that now, because that's not, we're going to have to turn it a little there. Let's get some pins. And then you put your outer, now right sides together. So basically you've got your lining piece right side up, your zipper at the top, and then your outer piece right side down facing your lining piece, and then put a few pins in to secure the sleeve. I'll probably change my machine and put the zipper foot on. Makes life a lot easier, because it is quite a wide foot the one I've got on, so I'll probably put the zipper on. So once you've pinned that ready, then we need to sew all the way down across the top. So I'll put my zipper foot on. Take the pins out. Make sure all three layers are together equally. Get as close as you can. It's entirely up to you. You can either leave. I like a little bit of zip to show, so I don't mind coming further away. The first bit, and obviously then when you open it out you've got it sandwiched in between the two layers. I then pressed it, and I pressed it that way away from the zipper and pressed that way. We'll be top stitching these later. Try and keep it nice and tidy and flat and away from your zip. So press it, iron it and press it, and then what we do next. Right, then what you do is, I'll just demonstrate this for you. This is your front, your outer body, and then you pick that up to the top, and then make sure it's level at the side and at the top, and then pin. I'll just put a 3 in for now, pin across the top, making sure it's level. Then turn it over, pick up your lining fabric and go to the top, making sure that all three layers yet again are together. Try and keep the sides together as best you can, and take the pins out from the other side, bring them on, make sure all layers are together, and pin, and do that all the way across. There's my arms in the way, and then this one, and that one's the same, and then pin that, and then sew all the way with your zipper foot all the way across the top. Making sure all three layers are together. There you go, that's what it should look like. There's a little bit of magic in this bit now. As you can see, you get 2 channels like that, look, one either side. Undo your zip. So open the zip. Oh, I've lost it. There you go, open your zip. And then turn it inside out, and there you go, that gives you a tube. So that's what you should have so far. And obviously where your zip joins at the end, that's still going to be attached that way. Let's move on. So push your lining fabric down, and then obviously then instead if you do it up again. For some reason it should go, no problem. Shouldn't have any problems with it. There you go. Straight across, and that's where your tube comes in with your lining already attached on the inside. There you go. Right, this is where your top stitch. What I'd do is, do this again, it's because it's not top stitch. I would iron your fabric away from your zip on the inside, the lining side, and iron your fabric away from the zip from the outside, and then top stitch all the way down from the outside, both sides. Once you've pressed it both sides, and top stitch. And if you've ironed both sides, you should be able to catch both sides with your fabric. And you can use a decorative stitch here, and you could take off your zipper foot, or you can use it as a guide. And there you go, it's top stitched. If you turn it the other way, gives you an idea of how it would look when it's closed. There you go. As you can see, I've still got mine inside out. And now, if you haven't done your loop, do your loop now, and I told you at the beginning how to do that. Once you've done your loop, press it in half, and this is the end where the zipper pull isn't. This is the end. If you've got a zipper that comes up to there, then you might need to sew these together. This one I don't have to because it's a longer zip. Turn it inside out and put it on the inside. Then obviously do about 1/8 of an inch, because it'll get sewn in later on. 1/8 of an inch down there. I'll just pin my loop just down here just to secure it while I'm holding all the layers together. I just do 3/8 of an inch. Mine's metal. Please be careful when you're going over. I would do mine by hand once I've got next to it. If you got a plastic one, I don't think you're going to have to. I might have to manoeuvre mine over it because it's metal. So I've just manoeuvred mine over to the other side. And just go back a couple of times. There you go. That's just to secure it in place, so you don't have to have too many things going on at the same time later on. I'm not going to put it off yet. But now you need to find the centre. And to do that is make sure that your zipper is in half, level when you put it together like that. Make sure it's level, and then because you need to find the other side, this side, just cut that in there, and that gives you a centre that side. And do the same the other side. Make sure that your zipper is level, they're together there, pull it, and then just clip about 1/8 of an inch give you a centre that side. You need to then press, in fact I'm going to do the zip up like that, but I'll open it when I've, oh no, I'll take it further down, so I shall leave that open later. You need to make sure that your zip, in fact we'll do one on the loop side first, it might be easier for you to see what I'm doing. Your zipper teeth should be in the centre of the cut that you've made, which shows you what the centre is. In fact I don't think my loop is actually in the centre. It's worth now taking a little bit of notice of what, because that should be in the centre of your zip. So I'll come back. I've now corrected that and I've moved my tab a bit more centrally over the actual zipper itself. Then you need to make sure that your zipper teeth are in the centre where you made the centre and pin. Pin again. And do the same the other side. And making sure your zipper's open. Make sure that your zipper is level. And in the centre of where you made the centre mark earlier. Okay. So your centre of your teeth are with the centre mark that you made, and the centre of your teeth are with the mark, and your loop is tucked right in. Let's just double check that everything's flattened down. So. And then you stitch it closed. Now you make your own allowances, seam allowances. Obviously making sure that these are closed. I might sew it that side actually, then I can see if I've got to come over or up, and I might do that around about half an inch to make sure that I catch it all in. And please be mindful of your zip when you come across. And do the other side, do the other end. Make sure your needles are not going to be in the way. Right, there you go, that's the two ends done. Right, this is the section where you put your bias binding, and obviously it all depends what size your seam allowance was, but these need to put it off ready to make sure that your bias binding goes all the way across over. Put the ends off, and if you've only done 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, then you should have no problem. So I'm going to cut mine right down. There we go. And don't forget you've still got your zip open, and this is where we have the bias tape. Make sure it's straight at the end, like that. Fold it in. Fold it in however it makes you comfortable, and you're going to put this in half from one side so it's neat and tidy. So you could iron it so you know exactly where the middle is going to be, so I think I'll do that. So all you need to do is measure 2 plus the fold over. So measure 2 of those. You can do some whatever colour you want. This happens to be cotton, but I have got some shiny, but not the right colour, so I'm doing a cream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press them in half. So there you go, I pressed mine in half, so all I have to do is just slip it on, and got one of the straight edges and gave it a seam to go to start off. I've done this one and I've put the clips in because it's too thick for. When I get to the end, cut off. If I do this side, you'll see what I mean. So make sure there's no cotton sticking out. Put it over. Don't forget this is going to be the lining. So even you're trying to make it neat, but you don't have to worry too much. So clip over your end. That's it. And then obviously it should automatically just fit over because you've pressed it in half already. Make sure this is cut at the end. That's it. You turn it in about that much and then just switch it over the end. There, and then just make sure it's level both sides. And clip. And then clip the rest. Make sure it's been pushed down. Just check that it's not puckered the other side. It's neat as you can get it. Both sides. And then you need to sew across both ends. Again, when you get to the zip, so it depends what zip you've got and how thick everything is at this stage. Might have to rope it along or even change the stitch length if that makes it easier. This is just the inside, it's the lining. No, that needs to go over. Then a trouble with metal zips. And then fingers crossed, you've caught the other side. Back of it, that's it. Let's have a look, shall we? I did, yes. Might not be that neat and tidy, but I caught the other side. Cut all your threads and then do the other side. Okay, and that is caught both sides again. So basically now, if you, I'll move this out of the way, make sure that I've got you in shot. Let's do the reveal. This is you finished. Turn it through and do your zip. And turn it through. Make sure that you've caught everything. You can always go back and re-sew again. And obviously that bias binding is to make the inside of that neat and tidy. So you've got no raw edges, which is a good idea. So there you go. And turn this end in. Flatten out. And there you are, and then you zip up. And I did have that right, look, so that's good. It's all worked out. And there's your loop this side to carry it, to pick it up. You can make these any size you wish, large, small or indifferent, entirely up to you. Let's just push that out a bit more. I should mess about with this a bit longer, but I'll get the things that I want to put in. This is what I was doing my knitting needle holder, and I was going to make a case to fit on, but it just made it too big. So anyway, I've made it so all these fit into there. This is my like an extension to all my knitting. It says these things are for socks, you've got no ends, and you do 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never knitted any, but I'm going to have a go. And then all my little bits and bobs. There's a few crochet hooks. There you go, and that's it. And it's all nice and secure, and it's not going to hurt anything or anybody. It's well padded inside. All them points of the way. If you've got children, you can keep everything out of the way. There you go then. How about that? Let's give you a... There you go. And that's my knit case for my little accessories to go with. There you go, let's put it down a minute. And it's to go with this, and that's all my knitting needles are inside there. There you go then. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a go. It can be used for any size, useful for lots of other things that you don't need height on, but you just need to put things in because they're flat and round, or so it should come handy for lots of things. Thank you. Geometry strips and pencils. Make a pencil case. Thank you.